All right, we're back here working on the Z3. Got my coal mining light setup going on. Like my winter hat.
It's like 75 in the shop right now.
It's nice. We got pretty much all the wiring off this side. Put it over there. Now we just gotta get all the wiring done from here. The hardest part that we're dealing with right now is the starter. These headers are super close, so it's really just nestled up in there. So we gotta get those off, and then we can finish getting the wiring harness. Power steering disconnected, and we're just gonna drag it all out, engine and transmission, and see what we're working with.
Heck yeah. I mean, honestly, this car is not that bad to work on for an LS BMW.
You're jaded on the BMWs.
Yeah, dude, BMWs, they drive so good.
They do. I don't know. You're being facetious, but they actually do.
They drive so good, man. They drive so good.
This is the only thing they lack right here. Is this?
Yeah, this one's awesome, except that it was put together kind of like a Chinese finger trap.
Yeah, the tires and stuff are kind of beat up. Once we get this out, we'll clean it up, go through everything really. He really only wants the trans done, but we want to give it back to him, and you know, make it look real nice.
Yeah.
I mean, might as well. We're this far. All right, let's get to it. So this was under all this electrical tape. It was like done together.
What is it?
This is the main starter wire, which is like the highest amperage pulling device on the vehicle. It was having a starting issue, and you didn't see it on camera. You might be able to see it far away, but I literally was just like pulled it apart. So it looked like it was tried. They tried to like solder it together instead of even like meshing them and going like this. It was just side by side with a few things. So realistically, I mean, what percent do you think of these strands were being used?
There's so much corrosion between them too. Like,
yeah, I mean, look at the dust.
I don't know. I hope the camera can see the dust just.
Yeah,
coming off.
my lungs can. Clutch and flywheel and everything off. Went to look down in here to see what the pilot bearing looked like. Completely disintegrated. Just the outer race. We're gonna have to pull that out. But that explains the scenario that we're seeing here. We're getting that vibration on the input shaft of the transmission, and that's what's causing it to feel so weird. Aside from the synchro's not really allowing for some shifts. We did notice, like right here, you can see a bunch of oil. We thought maybe the rear main seal was bad, but you can see it's nice and clean. It is actually the oil from the transmission coming out of the input shaft, I believe, where potentially that bearing holds it in place. A little bit more play than we'd like. You probably can't really hear that on the camera. But we do have another T56 in the shop, and comparing the two of them, you can definitely tell a little bit more worn out than ideal. This kind of took a little bit of a beating as well. So realistically, this transmission would need a whole rebuild, probably input shaft and bearing, and just, you know, the general will go through. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to put another T56 in the Z3. This is where we're at right now. So you can see I've got my work cut out for me. I'm going to go through here and clean up the engine bay and throw some paint on it, because I think it really makes a big difference in a car like this, and yeah, it'll just go a long way. So a little bit of elbow grease and make this thing look like new. Let's get to it. Somehow it didn't record, but camera things. Trying to get better at this. But so far what we got is this. What I went and did is I went through with a grinder, and I went through and removed all the old tabs for things that are non-existent in the swap anymore to kind of clean it up. There's also just random holes and things from things being mounted there in the past, and there's just a decent amount of rust. So I'm gonna go through here and just clean up as much as I can with the rust, and then start spritzing it down with a little bit of primer. And paint should be arriving shortly, and we should get this thing looking good. it down over there, dude. Try and record things.
I'm working over here!
Unbelievable. This is the paint on the front. It was a little beat up, so I went ahead and gave it the old. Yep, let it dry overnight. This is all that was left of the pilot bearing that we just took out of this motor. There's like 20% of maybe those like these potato chips. Is it like the inner race? This is the inner race. There's like slivers. There's like nothing left, and I had to Dremel it out because there was so little shoulder. Yeah. The pilot bearing puller tool couldn't get it out. How many needles did you find? 0. No, not one. There's not even the remnants of a needle. Oh my gosh. You can see where I had to cut it out. Like all other tools failed, so sitting here with the Dremel for 45 minutes is not ideal, but... Onward, I guess. Onward and upward. I got this. Got as much rust as I could off with the grinder and wire wheel. Went through primer. I did silver. They don't look too bad. I mean, they're not perfect, but they are still usable in my opinion. Since it's NA, it shouldn't really matter. We got these guys going on. Getting painted too. Getting close. All right. We got spec clutch and flywheel going on here. Got the valve covers painted. Matt cleaned up the front accessories stuff, make it look a little prettier. Dude, you didn't even take the tape off? Come on. Oh, yeah, we got the headers over there. That's content. The ASMR.
You want me to chew really loudly, like right next to the microphone too? Just like. What else do? They like.
No, they do look into interesting.
I could like.
Yeah, you really taped it up, dude. Much better than it was, for sure. And now the clutch should work. And there's a pilot bearing, new addition.
Installed the correct way.
Got that little guy in there. He's gonna help us out. And throw these on. Throw it in there. Good to go. What you got here, bud?
You ever had a pig in a blanket at the Super Bowl? This is just like that.
It's a pig in a blanket and a comforter and a down thing.
Well, like this, I'm no electrical expert, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to have foil connecting both of your starter terminals. So like, there's that. It'd be great if I had some pliers made in this decade. Let's see it.
Oh boy.
The old Johnson's like, yeah.
There you go. That was always the right tool for the job.
Those are the right tool for a lot of. Let's use one of Brent's things to break another of Brent's things.
Well, we're gonna use it to test. It didn't come out.
It didn't come out. So this starter's broken.
Well, good thing we tested it.
What happens if I hit the other pin? Does it go the other way?
No, you just bypassed the solenoid. Okay, alright, okay. Everything come out still?
No, it won't come out.
Well, So we gotta get
But it doesn't spin in the car either. It doesn't go.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a few things going on here.
Well, since you have to pull the
I think
motor,
it's potentially shorting. The cable that was powering it wasn't very connected. And the whatever, Bendix or whatever that weird thing is called, it's not coming out.
yeah, let's just go get another one.
Off to the store. Pretty much got everything in. All the wires tucked where they need to be. This thing's almost ready to fire up. Sky rockets in flight. Alpine Vice. Well,
Would you just look at it?
parts pretty much just fell on since the last time we checked in.
Yeah, we just like threw them from over there and they just landed where they were supposed to be.
Things practically putting itself together.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dang, it does look good on camera. Look at this.
That looks minty. Alrighty, so we got the E46 back together. We were bleeding off some coolant. We're gonna start it up for the first time in 5 days. New motor, new trans, whole front end and engine bay is redone. Yeah, we did a ton of wiring. Overall, clean it up for Brent, get it ready for him to keep and enjoy because it looks so good now, or sell it and fund the next project. One final check, did we miss anything?
Just that one thing.
Just that one thing?
Yeah, you know.
The electrical cleanup was quite different. Yeah, we pulled out a ton of crazy wires. Oh, look at it glooping. Dead battery, but the starter is working as desired. Hopefully this does it. Could be a bad battery, but we have another one upstairs. So, alrighty. It's gonna smell great here. That's